if LeBron is better than Steph Curry.
Oh,
we don't know that.
Oh. No, but think about it. Bron been the man since he's been the greatest player since he was 16.
Welcome back to NBA Showdown, where we cut through media hype with real talk on the biggest basketball debates. Today, we're diving into a fiery conversation sparked by Fat Joe's bold critique of LeBron James, challenging not only his GOAT status compared to Michael Jordan, but even questioning whether he surpasses Steph Curry. That's right, we're unpacking 7 sharp quotes that question LeBron's legacy, Steph's ascent, and Jordan's untouchable stature. If you're ready for honest takes and hard truths, hit like, subscribe, and drop your reactions in the comments below. You won't want to miss this clash. Jadakiss lays an important foundation. For him, Michael Jordan stands as the greatest, and how we rank the rest, whether Kobe, LeBron, or others, is secondary. This isn't simply bandwagon loyalty. It highlights a key point in basketball legacy. Greatness isn't just measured against peers, it's measured to Jordan. That sets a celestial bar. When whether Kobe edges LeBron or vice versa comes into debate, it doesn't eclipse Jordan's impact. His tone isn't dismissive of the talents that follow him, but it frames them as fundamentally different. Every generation chases that ghost. But what makes Jordan mythical is that he remains the reference point. Jadakiss reminds us that while these debates are fun, they begin only once Jordan is placed at the summit. That's more than respect. It marks a legacy defined and accepted universally. It acknowledges that while Kobe built his empires, LeBron navigated multiple paths, and Steph reshaped shooting culture. Their journeys are measured from the throne Michael forged. And that context matters deeply when fat-shaming LeBron or elevating Steph becomes the conversation.
I think MJ's the greatest, then everything after that, however you want to put it.
In the next moment, Jeff Teague raises a bold assertion. LeBron is greater than Jordan because he's accomplished more. That strikes a nerve. Fat Joe's reaction is electric. He calls the idea delusional. Here's why that word carries weight. To Fat Joe, LeBron's achievements, numerous MVPs, scoring records, longevity, don't translate to dominance in moments, consistency in finals, or forging a cultural legacy. Calling someone delusional in this context is not casual. It's rejecting a narrative built on stats and recycled highlights. It is a rejection of the idea that accumulating accolades is the same as building a mythos. Fat Joe's frustration stems from what he sees as a misunderstanding. Greatness isn't just doing everything, it's transforming fear in opponents, inspiring teams, and shifting culture. Jordan did all that. LeBron has excelled, but he hasn't transcended moments with the same gravity. Against a backdrop of Teague's claim, Fat Joe's retort invites us to question, is being great in stats the same as being iconic? If Teague is driven by numbers, Fat Joe wants us to remember that basketball is emotion and myth first, stat sheet second.
I just think LeBron the greatest. He did everything.
Fat Joe goes further. He warns against the delusion infecting elite circles. This isn't trash talk. It's a critique of credibility. In a world where athletes, analysts, and influencers echo narratives for clicks, he's calling out the system. When voices of authority perpetuate baseless claims, like LeBron being the undisputed GOAT, it diminishes respect for true greatness. Fat Joe applauds LeBron's career, but refuses to let the ranking be dictated by fan hype or media spin. He's effectively saying you can admire LeBron without elevating him to mythic status. This remark forces viewers to weigh narratives not just on popularity or platform, but on substance. It asks us to question, why does the idea of LeBron over Jordan stick? Who benefits? Fat Joe suggests that the answer is not sports integrity, but commercial noise. That's a powerful reminder in an era when narrative sometimes outruns merit.
There's too much delusion. Yo, we can't have top-tier people being delusional.
Nah,
We already got everybody delusional out here.
Then Fat Joe drops a bomb. Jordan's greatness stands in a league of its own, comparable to global icons like Messi and Serena Williams. That comparison is furious and meticulous. It zooms out from basketball to show Jordan's cultural ubiquity. Messi is soccer royalty, Serena dominates tennis and transcends sport. Jordan owns that same space in basketball. LeBron, despite everything, hasn't achieved that all-domain influence. We're talking about generational icons who don't just elevate sport, they shift culture, fashion, politics. Jordan's sneakers, his identity, his empire, his fear factor, these define him as more than an athlete. Fat Joe isn't exaggerating, he's pointing to influence. LeBron has built great things, but Jordan changed the game and the world. That's not a knock on LeBron, it's a positioning of categories. Volleyball, chess, pickleball, the greats in their sports hold echoing cultural keys. Jordan still is the master key in basketball.
For me,
At this point, we got to compare Jordan to like Messi or like Serena Williams.
Jeff Teague tries to defend LeBron by pointing out how he has dominated the game from a young age. And while this is true, it's important to understand what that dominance actually means. LeBron James being great since 16 is a testament to his talent, discipline, and the pressure he's handled. But longevity alone does not define who the greatest of all time is. Michael Jordan didn't step into the league with as much hype, yet he became the most feared and respected player the game has ever seen. The greatness of Jordan was earned through postseason heartbreak, countless physical battles, and finally, unshakable domination. Jeff's take also misses one major point. LeBron's early dominance was heavily marketed before it was fully realized. And when we talk about someone who's the greatest since 16, we're often ignoring that he had time to grow into expectations, while Jordan walked into the league and changed its intensity almost immediately. Jeff's statement might impress casual fans, but it does not shake the legacy of Jordan. Being projected to be great and living up to it is one thing, but being doubted and then rewriting history is something only a few legends like Jordan and Kobe have truly done. LeBron is exceptional. He is a generational great. But that early start does not put him above someone who built an empire from grit, not hype. Fat Joe understood this when he brushed off the argument, because hype and pressure can fuel narratives, but they do not cement legacy. Not in this game.
nah, but think about it. Bron been the man since he's been the greatest player since he was 16.
Here, Fat Joe does something that too many fans and analysts are afraid to do. He separates admiration from blind loyalty. He makes it clear that he loves LeBron James and gives him all the credit he deserves, but he also stands firm that admiration does not equal superiority over Jordan. This is a mature take and, frankly, one of the most necessary perspectives in this endless debate. The problem with modern sports culture is that fans think choosing one player means disrespecting the other. Fat Joe does not fall into that trap. He gives LeBron his flowers while reminding everyone that Michael Jordan is simply built differently. There's nothing wrong with saying, LeBron is amazing, but not the GOAT. Fat Joe puts into words what many legends and purists feel. LeBron's path is different, and though he has faced adversity, he has not overcome the kind of relentless dominance, media scrutiny, or psychological warfare that Jordan conquered. MJ was more than a scorer or a winner. He was a psychological juggernaut who walked into arenas with fear trailing behind him. Players folded before the game started. Fat Joe emphasizes that no matter how much love and respect LeBron earns, he will always be in Jordan's shadow when it comes to pure greatness. It is not about diminishing LeBron, it is about understanding that there are levels, and Jordan is in a tier that even the best of this era cannot touch.
I love LeBron James. I do believe he deserves all the glory. He is not Michael Jordan.
Now, this is where Fat Joe flips the entire debate on its head. He challenges the sacred ground LeBron stands on by raising a shocking but not unreasonable claim: we are not even sure if LeBron is better than Steph Curry. That statement stings for LeBron fans, but it reflects the changing dynamics of greatness in the NBA. Steph Curry has revolutionized the game, altered defensive strategies, and redefined what dominance from the perimeter looks like. He does not match LeBron's physique or all-around ability, but Curry has done something even more terrifying. He has made the game adapt to him. Fat Joe's observation goes beyond rings. He points out the contradiction in LeBron's narrative. LeBron claims he does not chase rings, yet that is all we see him doing. Constant super team moves, calculated trades, and title-seeking strategies do not scream confidence. They scream desperation to validate a legacy. Steph, on the other hand, has stayed loyal, developed organically, and dominated without chasing. That's a different kind of greatness. Fat Joe's point is sharp. When someone keeps telling you they are the best, you start to question why they need to say it so often. Meanwhile, Steph and Jordan let their game do the talking. If LeBron truly was untouchable, these comparisons would not even be necessary. But the fact that Curry's name keeps entering the conversation shows that the gap isn't as wide as fans claim. And Jordan? He remains untouched. Above all of it, Fat Joe drops this line like a hammer to bring us back to reality. LeBron is elite, but there are names in this game that shine without ever saying a word.
If LeBron is better than Steph Curry, we don't know that.
The debate around LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and even Steph Curry will never stop, but what Fat Joe, Jadakiss, and even Jeff Teague reveal is a critical tension between legacy and narrative. It is one thing to be dominant, it is another to be iconic. LeBron has every right to be in the discussion, but the idea that he has surpassed Jordan or even comfortably sits above Curry is not as unanimous as the media wants you to believe. In order to get LeBron, Jordan changed the sport. Curry changed the way the game is played. LeBron has maintained excellence longer than most, but his path is full of controlled optics and calculated moves. That's not necessarily wrong, but it is different. Fat Joe's brutal honesty reminds us that sometimes the truth is uncomfortable. Greatness is not just about what you do, it's about how the world responds when you do it. Jordan was feared, Curry is imitated. LeBron? He is discussed. And that right there tells you everything. Be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know where you stand in the GOAT debate down in the comments. This is NBA Showdown, and we'll be back with more unfiltered truth next episode.